Are you a bit frustrated with your current routine and habits? And do you want to make drawing more part of your daily routines? Well, in this video, I'm going to share my top tips to help you develop a strong, consistent drawing habit, which I personally use. A regular drawing habit really does cement and progress your drawing skill. I personally draw every single day, and it has helped me improve my overall drawing game and skill exponentially. In this video, I'm going to share my 5 personal tips and tricks that I use to make sure that I draw every single day. But first, let's see why drawing every single day and also creating a solid drawing routine is crucial for drawing growth and improvement. So why is a consistent drawing habit important? Well, they say that inconsistency is the death of progress. If you draw every week, maybe every month, or even every 6 months, every time you go to that drawing paper, you'll be as rusty as ever. You'll have to pick up the pieces of where you left off, and you'll find it hard to really improve your skill. But by being consistent with your habits and to make sure that you draw every day or every other day, or to carve out time within your calendar, you'll see tremendous growth in your drawing skill. So with that being said, what is my first tip that I'm offering you today? My first tip is to make drawing easy. Now, I've got to put my hands up with this one, that some of these tips that I'm sharing with you today has been inspired by James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. It's a fantastic book all about developing strong foundational habits, and I really recommend you check this book out. So the link is in the description below. But my first tip that has been inspired by this book is to make drawing easy. As you can see from my desktop, I've also got my drawing supplies, my pens, my paintbrushes, my pencils right next to my computer. So whenever I log onto my computer and use my computer, if I want to draw, it's as easy as possible, and there is no friction or resistance from me using the computer to reaching out and just grabbing a sheet of paper, grabbing some materials and drawing. There is no resistance there, and it's as easy as possible. If my drawing supplies and materials were in a cupboard which I didn't even know existed, I would have to leave wherever I was, go to the cupboard, take out all the stuff, come back, put it on my drawing board, and then start drawing. That is so much resistance. If you want to create a strong drawing habit, you need to make it as simple and as easy as possible. If you spend a lot of time on the sofa, if you spend a lot of time on the computer, if you spend a lot of time commuting, how can you make drawing as easy as possible? Maybe that's putting a sketchbook in your pocket. Maybe that's putting your sketchbook and materials next to you when you use the computer. Maybe it's on your coffee table. By just making it so easy, it doesn't give your brain an opportunity to make excuses to why you shouldn't draw. My next tip is to carve out time. So for me personally, I am definitely a morning person. I go to bed early and then wake up early, as I absolutely love just drawing and doing stuff before anyone wakes up. And this isn't to say that you need to be a morning person as well, but think about what time of day suits you best and what suits you best in terms of your life. So Let's say if you have kids and maybe a wife, you put your kids to bed, you hang out with your wife or husband or partner or whatever, and then you might have a gap at the end of the day where you can carve out time and just draw. For me, it's when I wake up, I do some exercise, brush my teeth, etc., and then I sit down to draw then. And that is me carving out time in my calendar. Nothing interrupts that time, and I make sure I draw during that time as well. So whatever part of the day that you think worked best for you, just carve out time and make sure that nothing interrupts that crucial time, as this is your drawing time within your calendar. My next tip is to invest in a portable sketchbook. So this is perfect if you're commuting to work, if you're sitting down somewhere consistently, that you can just take out your portable sketchbook and then start drawing. So this is great if you have a backpack, or if you have a handbag, or if you have pockets in your jeans. You can purchase a small sketchbook to fit in these locations, and you can just take it out and draw whenever you have those free time. So like I say, if you're on a train, for example, going on the way to work, get out your sketchbook and then start drawing. It's as easy as that, and that goes back to my first tip. If you make it as easy as possible, you'll be more likely to start to develop that drawing routine and consistency. My fourth tip is to make sacrifices. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, no, don't do it. You're gonna say that I need to stop watching Netflix, or I need to stop watching Amazon Prime, for example. And hold on a minute, that is exactly what I'm saying. If you want to create a strong drawing habit, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to make sacrifices. You've arrived on this video because you want to be more consistent in your drawing skill, and Netflix is not going to help you get to that level. You might be hanging out with your partner or family and watching something which is really important and might be important for you, but if you're just sitting there watching aimlessly, then make sure that you're making sacrifices in your life. What can you swap and change out of your life for drawing? Maybe that's your phone, maybe that's social media, maybe that's Amazon Prime, maybe that's Netflix. It could be whatever. Just make sacrifices and don't make excuses within your time. If you want to make this work and to be consistent with your drawing habit, then you have to be consistent, and also you have to make sacrifices. So whatever you feel is not improving you and your drawing skill, cut it out. Cut it out for drawing, and you'll see that big progression. And my last tip that I have, which is tip 5, is to just practice for 5 minutes. Again, this is inspired by James Clear's book. But if you just practice for 5 minutes, so say if you were going to draw and you had a bit of resistance there, you told yourself, nah, I don't want to be doing that. I cannot be bothered. I just want to be sat here. I want to be eating crisps and watching this show, and I don't want to get up and I don't want to draw. If you tell yourself that, okay, I'm just going to draw for 5 minutes only. After 5 minutes, I can stop what I'm doing and I can go back to the sofa, start eating the crisps and watching TV. By doing this, it allows you just to make the exercise and the habit of drawing seem pretty easy. As it's only 5 minutes, it's okay. If after 5 minutes I get bored and I don't want to be doing this anymore, I can go back to what I'm doing. But the secret here is after 5 minutes, you'll start to get into that drawing or whatever you're doing, more likely than not. after 5 minutes you'll be like, oh, I'm already starting doing this for 5 minutes, I may as well continue. And before you'll know it, you'll probably start drawing for at least an hour, as an example. But do you see what I'm doing here? You're basically tricking your brain to say, I'm only going to work on this for 5 minutes. If not, it's fine. I'm going to go back to what I'm doing. You'll see big improvements in your daily drawing exercises and habits by doing this trick. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Portrait Guru. Comment below with any thoughts or questions that you might have. And I really recommend you checking out these drawing exercises as your next port of call. See you on the next episode.